Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought let's come along and make some journal cards using Flower Fairies images. So I've got this gorgeous book here, the complete book of the Flower Fairies. Now I have to say I've had several books of Flower Fairy books. Let me just kind of show you. So I've had this one, My Garden of Flower Fairies and things. This one is more all over pictures, if you see what I mean. Yeah, they're all over the entire page. So this one I find pretty useful, especially for things like art journaling. This book here, I haven't ever actually used it before because I've been, hoarding it. As you can see, the pictures are smaller. So these I feel are going to be, you know, absolutely literally perfect for junk journal, ephemera, you know, journal cards, journal pockets, you know, anything, junk journal kind of related. I think these are absolutely perfect because a lot of them are even kind of like in their rectangles, which again, how awesome is that? And then you do have, the odd pages, if I can find one, like with an image here. So you could fussy cut that out, you could tear around it. And of course you've got all these beautiful, you know, little pieces of verse and things that you could also kind of tear out or cut out and kind of incorporate with your pieces. So yeah, I mean, I think this one is, for me, this feels like it's just going to be perfect for junk journal pieces. Now I have, you know, these aren't the only two I've had. I've had other ones as well. I'm pretty sure there's a tiny one under my desk, but that's very tiny and doesn't have that many images. This book here, I mean, this is 185 pages, so you're going to have a lot of images with this, and yeah, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. I can't remember where I got mine from, I'm afraid. I think I got it from like a, you know, charity shop. I did not get this online, but I'm pretty sure you probably can. So that's the book that I'm going to be using. And I thought let's couple it with some of our scrapboard, masterboard collage pages, because again, you know, these are more things that, of course, you know, I've made and haven't used because I've been hoarding. So yeah, let's kind of get making some things and actually using some of these bits and pieces. So I'm going to tear this one out in the first place. I mean, it's tempting to tear more than one, but let's be honest, you know, it's doubtful I'm going to get more than one sheet done in one video, isn't it? So yeah, must not be over ambitious, just be realistic. Okay, so let's have a look through and see which images we want to use. So, I mean, as you can see on these pages, there's loads of like loose ones, if you know what I mean, rather than in the rectangles. So, I mean, you're going to have lots of different pieces that you can use, you know, from this book. It's actually the problem with this book is they're double-side pages. Well, as most books are, but you know, you're going to struggle perhaps, you know, if you're anything like me, to decide which page to actually use, because all of the pages have got such wonderful, you know, really beautiful images on. So yeah, you know, that's the only kind of downside I can see from this book, is actually picking which side of the page you're going to find you want to use. So I might just start with a couple of you know, the rectangular pages. So let's just have another look and see what colours we've got on this sheet. So yep, so I want to obviously pick things that I think are going to tie in, but also being mindful, you know, that of course I don't want to use my favourite images. I want to hoard them, you know, continue to hoard them. So yeah, I'm going to just tear out a few pages with, you know, images that maybe aren't my favourites. No, I mean, I have to say all the images are pretty nice in this book. So yeah, it's not like I'm slumming it, but you know, of course that would be just a step too far to have actually torn out my favourite images. So yeah, I'm just going to be tearing out some that are my lesser favourite. I mean, like this one, I love so much. She is gorgeous, isn't she? So definitely for me, I would not be likely to use this one over this. But of course, this one, you know, not necessarily going to go brilliantly with this sheet. And, you know, yeah. Again, this one, I'm not so keen on this image here. But these are both quite nice, aren't they? So, you know, again, not necessarily saying that they would go brilliantly. But based on the fact that I'm not so keen on the ones on the other side, they're probably worth a try, aren't they? So Again, not so keen on this one. Love this one. And of course, love this little image down here. So let's just tear these just to get us started, you know, with our bits and bobs. So pop that down there like that. Okay. Right. So the next thing that I need to do is decide how I'm going to cut into my sheet. Now, am I going to make journal cards? Am I going to make kind of pieces like for pockets and things? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just cut it into, I think, 4 pieces. So like into quarters, and then go from there. So I'm just going to cut straight up here. Oops. And that gives me then a starting point. So like that. And then this one like that. Okay. So again, just trim this up now because of course I've not made a very good job of cutting. As if we didn't know that. Oh my goodness, I've still not made a very good job of cutting. So yep. Do a bit more. Oh my goodness. Don't know what's going on with me here, but my cutting is just appalling today. Right, let's do it from the back because it might be slightly easier to kind of see on the back where I'm not distracted from, you know, on the front where you've got the collage pieces. It's sometimes quite hard to actually, you know, focus your eyes aside from where the collage pieces are glued, if you know what I mean. Right, let's take this piece here. Again, just trim this, oops, trim this down. Oh my goodness, my cutting is worse and worse every time I'm making a cut today. Right, then this one here, again, just trim it down like that. Not brilliant. Okay, again, just go from the back and try and tidy it up a little bit. Okay, yep, like that. And then the last one, this one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I think I'm actually getting worse, would you believe? I mean, I didn't really think I could get much worse, to be honest, after that first one, but yeah, I have got worse. Oh dear. Not good. Right, okay. Well, we've got a starting point at least. Okie dokie, right. So this one here, loving this, not quite so keen on this. Like the colours, but not quite so much the image. So yeah, what I'm going to do in the first instance, I think, is just cut this one out. Oops, like that. Now, I don't know whether I'm going to keep her in the rectangle or whether actually I'm going to tear her down. I'm going to cut her in the rectangle in the first instance because that gives me options. If I cut her straight down, then of course I can't, you know, I can't revert back and put the rectangle back round her, if you know what I mean. How gorgeous is this image? Love it, love it, love it. So yeah, might want to kind of use that one as well. So right, let's have a look and see which one we would use her on. Now, obviously she's quite big, so I could have her on there. Obviously she fits on there as a rectangle, so you know, I could kind of keep her in her rectangle, or like I say, we could actually, I mean, we could fussy cut her out, but I feel like she could get a little bit blendy into the background, or we could just cut her in a smaller rectangle, you know, that would be another option, or we could tear her. So yeah, what do we reckon? Oh, decisions. I hate it when I'm you know, at the starting point and don't know quite what to do. I'm going to cut this bit off because I might put this as some little words down, you know, afterwards. So let's just cut her first into a smaller rectangle and see what we think to that. Okay, I might cut that Q off like that. Okay. Just because, you know, I'd like to have obviously a bit more of my collage piece showing. And obviously, you know, as she was kind of like all over it. So, yeah, we weren't then seeing that much of it, which was a shame. Now, obviously, when I cut the, you know, the outer rectangle off, I've lost now much of her well, all of her frame that was making her stand out. So I'm just going to go around her with my black stays on. Oops, made a bit of a muck up there, but you know, I don't mind. So just going around the edge with the black stays on, that will then hopefully make her stand right back out again. So, you know, I don't really mind, to be honest, if I've got these black corners. You know, that's making her stand out, which is good, isn't it? So like that, she looks a lot better, and yeah, it's brought her back to life, hasn't it? You know, whereas before she was just a little bit too merging into the background, wasn't she? So I'm just going to take a couple of labels here. Okay. Like that. I think we're going to have a roast dinner tonight. So, yeah. I do like a roast dinner. It's the thought of all the faffing about. Although, to be honest, I mean, I say that, it really isn't, you know, isn't a big deal, is it, to be cooking a roast dinner? It's not like a terrible thing to be cooking, but, you know, it's just the thought of it, I think. You think, oh, it's all those vegetables to prepare, which, you know, again, I mean, it's not many vegetables really, is it? I mean, we tend to only have carrots, sprouts and cauliflower really, and that's kind of it. So yeah, I'm obviously exaggerating when I'm saying all that effort to make a roast. It's probably not really a lot of effort, to be honest. And I do like a roast, you know. When I eat it, I think, oh, that was worth that effort. It's just kind of the thought of it that you think, can I be bothered? But yeah. Oh, I mean, how pretty does that look, to be honest? So yeah, do we think that it needs that doily, or do we think the doily? Yeah, I think it did kind of need it. So I'm just going to pop the doily down. I mean, I'd love to do a flower fairy journal. I don't actually think I've done a flower fairy journal. And yeah, I'd really like to do one. So I'm hoping that, you know, I will get round to doing one at some point this year. So if I make a bunch of ephemera here, I'm going to have no excuses, because I will be a big part of the way there, won't I? So we'll see, you know. Hopefully I will actually make one. Okay. Like that. But I really wanted to start using more of my collage masterboard scrapbook, or scrapbook masterboard, because, you know, again, I've been hoarding that, which, oh, why do I hoard things like that? It's just crazy, 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 isn't it? You know, to make these things and then be hoarding them. Why would I be doing that? Silly, very silly. Right. Just cutting down the words here. So just want to make sure I'm getting the labels and all that stuff in the right place. So I'm going to put this on here. Now I've found in the past that when I glue my, you know, coffee dyed doily down, it marks the doily. You know, the glue marks the doily. So that's why I have not glued anywhere on the doily. And then what I'll do is, see here where I have glued something onto the doily, I can just pop a little bit of glue under there, so that I then know the bits that are going to be showing. So even if I do then decide to put some glue down, it's minimal glue and I can see where to put it, if that makes sense, rather than just glue the whole thing and then be like, oh no, I've marked the doily and now I've got loads of bits to cover up. I can judge now and think, oh, do I really want to add any, any glue there? Okay, so how pretty does that look? And then my label, which, I mean, I don't even have to have a label, but yeah, I think a label is nice. I think here, so again, just going to put that down and then just go in and kind of like glue over the doily. So, yep. Like that. How gorgeous does that look? And then let's have a bit of lace or something. Now, oh, I was going to say this because I thought this was grey, which I thought would be, again, just a really striking, you know, like unexpected choice because, you know, of course, you know, to me, it felt like the expected choice would be ivory. You know, so to use something like this feels, yeah, unexpected, which, you know, that's really fun, isn't it? To do something shocking. Honestly, I mean, how dull is my life that this is like my shocking antics with my flower fairy cards. But yeah, I think that looks really cool. So, right, what I'm going to do is just before I glue that on, I'm sorry for all this shaking of the table. I'm just getting my StazOn back out, which of course is wedged into my drawer. So that's why I'm shaking the table about. And I'm just going to ink around, just like we did on her, ink around the whole thing with the black StazOn. Which again, just, you know, it's making this whole thing stand out. So how gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. And then just take my glue, pop this lace on across the top. Okay, and then just pop my bling down over there. Obviously, you know, not essential to have bling, but hey, if we can, let's do it. Whoops. Okay, come on. Come on. Right. Oh, I think I've now gone off the side now a bit with my bling, but it's because that lace lifted and yeah, that was annoying. Okay, right. So that looks pretty, doesn't it? And then let me just see whether we could have maybe like a little flower from my flower trim. So let's just bring that in. Just really because, you know, how perfect these flowers colour-wise. I mean, they just look really good colour, don't they, on here. So I thought, well, as they're such a good colour match, let's just check that out. So I think up there, actually. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going very diagonal, you know, having loads of things lined up, which that's just weird, isn't it? So, yeah, go for that, like that. Oh, that looks so pretty, doesn't it? Yep, I love how that looks. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, right, let's put that to one side. Okay, let's bring in the next one. So for the next one, yep, we were using this side, weren't we? Now, these were the ones that we said not really too sure whether colour-wise these are quite right. Yeah, and I do, you know, I do maintain that. I'm not really too convinced that these are right. They look a bit sort of not clashy, but just not perhaps complimentary, or not, you know, not going to bring out the best in that base. But, you know, let's give them a try and see. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It is okay, but yeah, I'm not sure it's quite right. Let me just try this one. Okay. And actually, I'm thinking maybe we might want to tear this. Again, I'm just cutting it though, because, you know, we'll try it cut out, and then you've got the option of tearing. If we tear it, we've lost the option, haven't we, of then going back and actually cutting it. Yeah, I definitely prefer the purple to the other one. So, thinking tear it. Oh, let's just go for it, shall we? Right, yeah. So tear that down there. Want to keep as much of that nice purple colour in there as I can. If I can. As I can, if I can. Like that. And again, you know, you could just leave like one straight edge. That looks really cool, doesn't it? And then, you know, you can kind of butt that up against that edge. That's quite a nice way to do that. So again, just going to go around this with the black. I mean, this one actually is standing out quite well anyway, because of course it's not like a blendy colour on that background, but you know, it's just an extra step, I guess, to make it stand out a little bit more still. So yeah, like that. Looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, do we want to go for a bit of kind of lilac-y stuff in the background? I know, you know, again, you perhaps think, oh, what's she doing? Why would you be putting lilac stuff on there? I know, because it hasn't really got lilac stuff on there. Well, I mean, it hasn't at all, other than on the fairy image. But, you know, now we've committed to that fairy image, well, we might as well try and incorporate a bit more lilac, mightn't we? So let's just see. I'm having a look beside me because I've got some bits and pieces here. And yeah, let's just see if I've got any lilac things. Right, these are some of my fussy cut things that I have been fussy cutting. Keep knocking things into the bin. And it's just really annoying because, you know, eventually it's going to be something that actually I wish that I hadn't knocked into the bin. So, yeah, who knows? Possibly even already. Oh, that's quite cute to have that little topiary tree, actually. Right, this is a bit too small, unfortunately, although maybe on the topiary it's quite cute. Well, that's quite pretty, isn't it? Right, let me just ink up this tree. Now, I didn't ink the other, you know, piece at all, the other piece of ephemera, but I'm inking up this just because it's got the white stuff showing, you know, where I've cut it out and not quite cut close enough to the edges. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm doing that. But I'm going to hopefully, you know, continue in the same way. So if I've not inked the first one, hopefully not ink this one, if you know what I mean. I don't want to be, you know, having some inked and some not. So again, just check whether I want to have a frame or anything in the background, because that might be quite nice. Yeah, I think that does look nice. And again, just going to go round there with the black, just to, you know, just lift it a bit more again. So, like that. Okay. And just pop that down there behind them. So it looks nice, doesn't it? Now just check that I'm putting that up the right way. Okay. Yeah, I do love the flower fairy images, don't you? They're just so pretty, and yeah, I'm always drawn to them. You know, must now make a point of actually, you know, do an actual journal using some a lot of flower fairy stuff, because you know, that would be so cute. Oh, how pretty does that look? Now, where did I put that tiny little lilac bow? Now I'm thinking I've now lost that. Oh, what an idiot. Oh dear, never mind. Right, never mind. Oh, well, that's just like looking for a needle in a haystack, isn't it, today? So, yeah, have to just go on without it now. Probably actually put it back in the envelope, to be honest, if the truth be known. Right, it might be on my lap, who knows? So, again, for the continuity, I'm just going to see whether this would look any good. It might look rubbish, you know, because, of course, you know, the colours are different on this piece to the last one. We'll just see. Oops. I thought, oh, I'll just tear that header piece, but actually not really drawn it at all. Come on. Right. Like that. Okay. don't want to cover up like everything I've put on here, because then that's just silly, isn't it? So I'm just wondering whether I might have it this side. Oops. Oh yeah, let's do that. Right, okay, so I'm going to put this one down. Like that. Put it lower because I want to have a bit more of that frame showing, you know, otherwise it was pointless putting that frame on there. And then I'm going to put this lace trim down this edge like that. So, oops, I have not inked this up yet. So I suddenly spotted that and thought, oops, I haven't actually inked that yet. So again, just going around the edge with the black. Oh, I do love the smell of Stays On, I have to say. And this motion seems to be making it smell even more. Yeah, it's oh, yummy. Just smells of sweets. I know not everybody likes the smell. I've heard Rachel over at Roxy Creations say that she doesn't like the smell of it, but yeah, I really love the smell of it. Okay, right. So we just pop this down here. Like that. Okay. Oh, how gorgeous does that look? You know, and I just love the way we've used the unexpected, you know, the unexpected lace. You know, because we could have been just really predictable, couldn't we? And gone with the, you know, the typical, oh, that's quite nice actually over there. But then I do want something up here because it's looking like it needs something up there, isn't it? Not a green one. Oh, if only I could find that little tiny purple one. But, you know, it was there just now. It's such a shame. Oh, the worst of it is, I mean, you're probably watching and you probably saw where it went. And I'm shouting, it's, you know, like a pantomime. It's behind you. But, yeah, of course, I'm sat here and cannot see it for the life of me. So, I mean, unless I put it back in the envelope, which, of course, that would not surprise me at all because it's just the type of thing I would do. Just have a quick shimmy in the envelope to see. No, can't see it at first glance anyway. Is it in my lap? No. Just have a very quick glance on the floor. No, can't see it right now. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Because, yeah, I mean, I do really like this bow actually over there. I've got this one. Oh, that's not too bad, is it? I mean, I was going to have one on the topiary tree, but actually, let me just double check. Because, yeah, I was originally having it like that. What do we think now? Like that or like that? Or maybe like, yeah, maybe back to the original way. Let me stick the topiary tree on and then decide. Otherwise, I feel like I've got too many, you know, factors to consider. I mean, I quite like the fact that the bow is like hanging off at the top. Yeah, oh, I'm going to do it like that. Right, okay. Because otherwise that frame looks very plain and boring, doesn't it? With nothing on there. Yeah, okay. And I'm just going to hot glue this on. I know that seems like overkill, but the reason I'm doing that is just so as I can have it a bit more 3D, because I'm not really pressing it too hard. So it's got like a lifted effect, which I like doing that. Right, let's see if we want any bling on this piece. You know, I mean, it's not obviously essential to have bling on every piece, is it? But hey, if we can get away with having bling on every single piece, then I do like it. Let's just see our options. Have it there, or could have it at the top. I think at the top. Whoops. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Love how that looks. That's so, so gorgeous. Right. Okay. So we have done 2 already. We're flying through, aren't we? Not that I can see the time because the sun is directly shining where the, you know, the time is. would you believe? Okay, right, so we just have these two left. Ah, now these are going to be slightly trickier because of course these are those ones that, you know, I mucked up with the cutting and they're now titchy. So yeah, we're going to struggle, I think, with these ones. Right, now I like this one down here. No, I don't like him. So let's just cut this one out for a minute. Okay. Again, this might be going to be a bit too big for these because obviously, you know, these are pretty tiny and silly, aren't they? Right, so now just deciding how best to take this down. I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, tear around like that. Tear it down here. Like that. Just tear in from the edge. Like that. Okay, right. Now, am I going to have this up this way or more landscape? The other two have both been portrait, haven't they? So, yeah, probably would be more interesting to do a landscape one, wouldn't it? Instead of them all looking the same. Should we do that one? Like that? Yeah, it might be a bit more fun, mightn't it? Otherwise, I just think, oh, how boring. How boring for you all to just be watching the same old stuff. So, yeah, let's do this one that way up. Now, I've got my bright butterflies. Ooh, that one's quite a good colour on there, isn't it? Yep. Oh dear. Right, okay. Now, what else have I got here is the question. I mean, I've got labels. I've got this label. Well, that's quite nice, actually. Oh, that is quite nice. Yeah, that is quite nice. So, again, I'm going to just ink around this in the black, which, oops, is just going to, you know, emphasise this image a little bit more. Okay. Oh, it's such a lovely day out there. The sun is shining. It's, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I know I say this all the time, but I'm just going to say it out loud again. I film ahead, so if it's not looking like that where you are, honestly, today here where I am, it's looking lovely. But yeah, I'm not saying it is in real life. You know, it might well be horrible now by this point. But as I'm filming this, it's pretty gorgeous out there. Right, now again, just going to bring my lace in. I think this could even be blue, you know. It's very hard to tell. I thought it was kind of a charcoal colour. Yeah, I can't help but think now it possibly is even blue, but I think it, you know, I think it looks quite nice on these pieces, even if it's blue. You know, which is weird because you wouldn't really expect it to be looking very good if it was blue, would you? But yeah, I think it does. It does look quite nice. Right. Let's have a look. Right, okay, yep, let's go for this. So again, I'm just grabbing things that are like laying around on the desk. So I happen to have this green doily laying about on the desk, and I thought, well, actually, that's going to go quite nice on here. Just going to put this one down. Like that. Now, actually, I don't even need to get it right over to the edge because we're going to have this lace here. So, yeah, I'm going to leave a little bit of a space, and then I'm going to just ink around in the black again. Like that. Okay. Oops. Possibly do with a little bit more there. Like that. Okay. That looks nice. And then, right, do we want this lace going that way, or do we want the curly side inwards? Inwards or outwards? Honestly, I mean, again, if you were not a juncture and you watch this, you'd just think, oh, goodness, what's the difference? But we know that there's a difference, don't we? You know, there is a difference. So, yeah, it's very important to get these things the right way. But yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone else watching would just think, what's wrong with you? Just put it on anyway. Right, just having a look to see if there's other stuff here that maybe we might like. I've got some buttons here from something else I was working on. So I'm just going to see if we might have a couple of buttons anywhere. Do we like the butterfly over there, or do we like it over here? I can't help but think I do quite like it over here. I was kind of moving it because I thought, oh, I don't think the buttons probably look all that great. Just like over there, they just look a little bit strange, don't they? Do they or don't they? I'm not sure. I have got that little tiny offcut of the lace, but yeah, it's probably even weirder, to be honest. Actually, I don't mind it. Right, let's go for that. So pop that butterfly down there. And then this lace. Just going to pop that there. And then let's just get these buttons down. That one. Oops, and this one. Oh, if I can even pick it up. Like that. Oh dear. Oh, okay, right. Oh dear. What is going on? Oh, fiddly, fiddly. Right. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? And did we want any kind of label or anything like that? Because, you know, we could always just have a label somewhere. Maybe just there. And then I could obviously stick that doily down as well. So it kind of like proves to be a double purpose there. I mean, this one's actually a coffee, not a coffee dyed one, sorry, not a coffee dyed one, a, you know, food coloured doily. But yeah, just in case we have any marking on it, again, just going to kind of glue it there, like that. Oh, that's such a pretty one, I have to say. Really, really love how that looks. It's so gorgeous. I mean, to be honest, how can things not look gorgeous? Because those flower images themselves, they are so pretty, aren't they? You know, things are not going to look horrible, are they, while you're using those pretty flower fairy images, let's face it. You know, everything you put down is going to look pretty nice. Might have that flower there. I mean, not that it really needs it, but, you know, let's just go for it on there anyway. And then I keep cutting those bits of bling and, you know, then cutting them in half. And Lord only knows what happens to the other half, but every single time that I'm cutting it, I'm then cutting a new, you know, a new strip off, which somewhere means that I've got little lengths of 4, or yeah, little bits of 4 floating around on the desk, which obviously I can't see because they're just dropping onto that craft mat. So yeah, right, could have this here. I know that's really long in that butterfly, but to be honest, it looks a little bit dragonfly-ish, if that, you know, if that makes sense. It's kind of got a bit of an illusion of dragonfly, I think, by having it really long. So yeah, I kind of quite like that. I'm not saying I like it all the time, but I think because we're doing the flower fairies and gardeny stuff, I think it looks quite cute, you know, being long like that. Oh, I love how that looks. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, right, we're on to the last one. So yeah, another one of those sort of you know, silly shape ones that obviously I've mucked up. And yeah, again, let's do another landscape one. And yeah, let's take this one. Now, do we want to have her, just cut her down. So again, just cutting her out from the rectangle, and then just, you know, we can then decide how we want to use her. Okay. Right, well, she's too big to use like that anyway, unless we have her this way, which then of course she then takes over the whole thing. So definitely, she definitely needs tearing down, doesn't she? Where does that expression come from? You know, tearing down a strip or two. Is that taking down a strip or two? Yeah, I don't think it is tearing down. I just suddenly could hear that saying, and I thought, oh, I wonder where that comes from. Right, so I need to now tear just along this top bit, because otherwise she's just got that straight edge, which is weird. It's weird. Okay, so again, going to just ink around with the black. I know it's a bit samey and probably a little bit boring, but you know, sometimes if you find something that works, just stick with it. I just really am finding it's helping things stand out, you know, that otherwise might be a little bit too blendy into the background. So yeah, I think it's, you know, well worth doing. Okay, so that looks pretty, doesn't it? Now, again, just let's see what's laying around on the desk. Got some of the coffee dyed doily here. Or I have just suddenly spotted I've got some more of that green, which weirdly enough, actually, I kind of think the green would look better because she's got lots of green in that dress, hasn't she? Yeah, the green just stands out slightly better. Okay. Now this is from the new Curators Collection Digis, and I'm not saying I necessarily want that bug on there, but I thought actually this gold frame looks like it might look quite nice on there. So yeah, let's just see if we might want to have that. Now what would we put in there? Thinking something kind of red. Or, I mean, I've got this label. I'm not saying that this is going to look right, but let's give it a try. I thought that frame, I mean, it was just sat beside me and I caught my eye and I thought, oh, that looks like it's going to be a good colour on there. Okay. Whoops. I have to say now I'm thinking, oh, definitely we're going to have to come back and do some more of these flower fairy things because, yeah, I just really love how they look. So, yeah, I can feel more flower fairy stuff coming up. Right, now thinking go around the edge of this piece with the black stays on as well. Not too much because I don't want to kind of detract from the gold. Just a bit. Okay, right, let's glue this down. Okay, and yeah, I've put that right to the edge. Oops, right to the edge. Like that. Now I'm going to put my flower fairy on. Now, yeah, gonna have that over there like that, I think. So just going to glue this down a little bit. Oh, the sun's just that second gone in. It makes such a difference. Can you see how, you know, how dark it's suddenly gone? I mean, it's not dark here in the flesh, but it might not really be too dark there on the camera. But yeah, it's such a crazy difference to when that sun was shining in just now. It looks like it's, oh my goodness, like practically nighttime. But yeah, hopefully it doesn't look like that on camera because I kind of think, well, it's not actually gone dark. It's just the sun's gone in. Oh, here we go. It's coming back out. Yeah. So that looks nice like that, doesn't it? Again, I'm thinking we need something along the red lines, aren't we? You know, to, yeah, bring out the red in her dress. Got pink. I mean, that's not the right thing, I know, because her dress is not pink at all, it's red. But let's just see. It doesn't look too bad, weirdly enough. I mean, I thought that was going to look terrible, but yeah. I mean, I'm not saying too bad, doesn't look too bad is actually, you know, what we aspire to, but, you know, sometimes needs must. Oops, I keep trying to tear this header off and then just, yeah, tearing like to nothing. Right, let's have that there for a moment. Okay, right, let's just glue this down. Right, so it's not centered in that frame. It's over to the side a bit. Again, that's intentional, you know, because I didn't want it to look, you know, like it's part of the frame, if you know what I mean. I want it to have a bit of a layered look, which of course, if it just went in the center, it could have just been, you know, part of the center of the frame. So hopefully it doesn't have that look now at all. So yeah, let's just ink that up. Oh my goodness, I've just got to move on. I've just glanced down and my iPad's like sat beside me and I suddenly saw the time. It's getting on 3 o'clock. Not made my lunch yet, so I have to leave at 3 to go and get my daughter. So I must now hurry up a little bit. Honestly, I've been having such a lot of fun. Aha! That might be just what we need, is just a little number to bring in some red. So yeah, let's just get this down. Yeah, I've been having such a lot of fun with these flower fairy images. I hadn't even noticed what the time was, and you know, was totally in a world of my own, oblivious. You know, didn't feel anywhere near time to go to the school. So yeah, kind of horrified now, thinking, oh my goodness, I best get a move on. Now, yeah, I'm debating. I mean, I know obviously her dress is red. And yep, so's the number that we just put on and things. So, you know, of course it's not really right. But having said that, it looks okay, doesn't it? So, yeah, let's go for that. And of course, you know, I just need to now get a bit of a move on. So, yeah, let's not worry too much. I think it looks fine. And then just glue this down like that. Yay! Oh, how gorgeous does that look? I love how that looks. Right, okay, let's clear the decks and just check out what we've done. So I can't tell you how much I'm loving how these bits all look. Yeah, I can't wait to come back and make some more bits with the flower fairy images. So yeah, I hope you're going to join me for another play around with some more flower fairy pieces. Aren't they just so gorgeous? Love them so much. So yeah, I really hope that you like them, and you know, maybe you've got some flower fairy images or similar that you could do something similar. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.